Control, Wayne. Controlling the tides. Is that going to be a possibility?
A good boat raises with tides. A poor boat may not. So we want to make sure that we can control what we can. We can't control the tides. We can't control the markets.
So where do we put our energy instead?
And what we can control. You know, we talked earlier about what matters. Because what matters is what we should focus on. And whatever matters to you as a client, whatever is most important to you. But some of those things like politics, you know, and I believe we should all vote, but we can't do a lot about politics. So people like to talk about that. They like to get their energy up. They like to get emotional. They want, you know, it's really important to them. But that's not what we can control. So we want to focus on allocation. We want to focus on risk. We want to focus on diversification. We want to focus on what we control. We want to have a plan for everything that's important to you. There's a little bit that we can control, and that's where we're going to spend 99.5% of our time. How much do you spend? How much do you make? Where do we put it? What do we listen to? Who do we hang out with? All those things are things that we control. You know, if you hang out with the wrong group, you might find yourself in Washington, D.C. creating a riot. and that's probably not best for your financial plan. It's important what we control. Is it critical to us what we think, how we react? Because we can blow up a whole plan if we get emotional about politics, if we get emotional about our faith, there's a lot of things that are important to us, and they are important. We should not forget them.
Stephen Covey conversation about where the stimulus and our response. So our response, we can't control the stimuluses that are out there, but our response to those events, to those things, that's something that's within our control.
Well, and we can control how much we
pay attention to those things.
And what we put in our mind.
Do I magnify it? Do I minimize that?
Because what we put into our mind comes out. Comes out verbally, comes out emotionally, comes out physically, comes out in our planning. So what can we control? That little sliver, what we control that matters to you. That's where you and I are going to spend 99.5% of our time, because that's where probability of success comes from. That's where having a great financial plan is. That's where choices come from.
And it's good energy. There's a lot of bad energy out there. The good energy. If we focus on that, I've got a limited amount of energy. You know, I can be spent fairly quick, but if I focus on that, that's where the results are going to come from. That's where that's positive. I can see results. I can see progress if I focus in that sphere.
Well, and it's self-serving because it creates more. The more we focus on that little piece, the more success we have, the more we feel good about what we're doing. And so it just reinforces our positive energy and becomes a barrier to all the outside noise. That's my hope. So we want to focus on what we can control. There's a lot of things we can talk about. There's a lot of things we can do. But let's focus on what we can control that matters to you, that leads to your success.